Are you ready to tap into the unlimited power of your mind and attract abundance into your life? Then listen closely, because in this video, we'll be discussing a powerful manifestation technique that will help you turn your desires into reality. Many people believe that manifesting their desires is impossible. But the truth is, with conscious manifestation, you can have anything you want. Have you heard of Neville Goddard? He believed that creation is already finished, meaning that everything you desire already exists, whether it be a dream car, dream house, a specific person, or even financial prosperity. So how is this possible? To understand this concept, we need to first acknowledge your true nature. You may think that you are your body or your mind, but in reality, you are much more than that. You are a spiritual being using your body and mind as tools to interact with the physical world. This means that your body and mind are limited, but your true nature is not. And as a spiritual being, your body and mind may not be able to recognize certain things, but that doesn't mean they don't exist. Just like radio frequencies, you can't see them, but they still exist. And with the right device, such as a radio or television, you can experience them. The same goes for manifestation. Your thoughts and beliefs serve as the transmitter, and when you align them with your desires, you can connect to the frequencies of the universe and bring your desires into physical form. Think of it this way: you are sending out a signal to the universe through your thoughts and beliefs. And just like a radio transmitter, your signal will be picked up and transformed into reality. The key is to believe in the power of your thoughts and align them with your desires. This is where the law of assumption comes into play. The law of assumption states that you will experience what you assume to be true. So if you assume that you cannot have what you desire, then you won't be able to manifest it. But if you assume that you can have it, then you will. It's that simple. So say goodbye to negative patterns and limiting beliefs. Embrace a new mindset and start assuming that you can have anything you want. By tapping into the power of your mind and aligning your thoughts with your desires, you'll start to see a shift in your reality. And before you know it, you'll be manifesting abundance and prosperity into your life. Sound and music are two things that play a crucial role in our lives. These noises, if they make sense to us, are categorized as music, advertisements, commentaries, interviews, and so on. We are born with a unique device, imagination, that allows us to experience things that do not exist in physical form. Just like how radios detect specific frequencies, our imagination transforms what it receives into a physical manifestation. Not everyone takes advantage of their imagination, and some people misused it to their disadvantage. Imagination is a powerful tool that can bring your desires to life. It's that device that converts your thoughts and ideas into a physical form. When you become conscious of what you want, your imagination manifests it in your reality. Visualization, affirmations, scripting, and guided meditations are techniques you can use to fill your imagination with your desires. However, it's not the technique that manifests your desires, but the awareness of them. Unfortunately, many of us become double-minded about what we want. One moment we want something and the next we don't. This kind of indecision makes it impossible for us to receive what we desire. Just like a confused ant moving towards food, it may take 5 steps forward and change directions, repeating this cycle and never reaching its goal. To avoid this, it's essential to stay persistent in your imaginal acts until you physically attain what you desire. Are you tired of constantly striving for what you want, but never seem to get it? Have you ever considered the power of manifestation and how it can bring your desires to life? Let me share with you my own journey and realization about manifestation and self-concept. It all started with a late-night conversation with some friends where we were discussing why some people seem to have everything they want. I knew about manifestation, but my friends had only heard about it in passing. But as we talked, I realized that even those who weren't familiar with manifestation were still able to achieve their desires. The key factor was their self-concept, or the unconscious beliefs they held about themselves. So I decided to delve deeper into this idea of self-concept and its impact on manifestation. And I remembered an activity I used to do that really helped me during difficult times. It was a fun activity that I believed in, and I'm confident it will help you too. By the end of it, you'll see just how easy it is to bring changes into your life, and why doubts arise, and how to overcome them. For years, I've been practicing conscious manifestation and have manifested some of my desires. However, I don't consciously apply the law every day. I take physical actions for everyday things like buying coffee, clothes, and food. But for the bigger desires, I apply the law consciously. Even on the days when I don't consciously apply the law, I change any negative thoughts as soon as I become aware of them. The reason why some things may seem far away or impossible is due to our self-identity and self-concept. By changing your beliefs about yourself, you'll be able to attract anything you desire into your reality. The concept of self plays a crucial role in our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. It forms the basis of our self-awareness and generates a sense of certainty within us, which ultimately leads to a sense of naturalness. When we experience a state of wish fulfillment, it becomes a part of our inner reality, which further reinforces our self-concept. However, our self-concept can also act as a hindrance when we want to achieve something. This is because our self-concepts shape the way we interact with the world and how we perceive ourselves. For example, if someone considers themselves as an introvert, they would behave differently in a social setting than someone who identifies as a partygoer. Our identity can also impact our perception of reality. Just like our eyesight doesn't allow us to see in the dark, our self-concepts can limit our ability to see beyond our current beliefs. For example, if someone is blindfolded and told that they are standing on the edge of a terrace, they would naturally feel scared as their body can't perceive the physical reality. The fear arises from doubt, which is a direct result of the blindfold. Similarly, if our self-concept is not aligned with our desired outcome, it can lead to doubts and insecurities. We become blindfolded by our self-concept, which restricts our ability to see beyond our current beliefs and limits us from achieving our goals. Have you ever found yourself faced with limitations that seem to hold you back from achieving what you truly want in life? It can be disheartening to feel stuck, but the good news is that change is possible. The key lies in transforming your self-concept, and one effective way to do this is by engaging in a simple yet powerful activity: talking to God. Growing up, I was raised with the belief that God exists within each one of us. This idea resonated with me, and I started talking to God in my own way, imagining that I was having a conversation with a higher power. At first, it may sound strange or even silly to some, but when you truly understand the concept, you'll see its transformative power. In my conversations with God, I would ask questions and receive answers that came from my own voice. However, what I noticed was that my self-concept played a big role in determining the answers I received. If I asked a question that aligned with my self-concept, I would receive a positive reply. But if I presented an idea that was beyond my current self-concept, I would get a negative reply or doubt. I realized that this negative response was simply a reflection of my self-concept and its limitations. But instead of accepting these limitations, I continued to ask questions and explore the reasons behind my negative responses. And eventually, I reached a point where I could ask God to change my self-concept so that I could overcome my limitations. This simple act of talking to God and engaging in self-reflection can bring a sense of hope and empowerment. We all have a self-concept, a boundary we've created for ourselves, but by recognizing that this boundary exists and being open to expanding it, we can shift our identity and achieve outcomes we never thought possible. The key to achieving your goals is to expand your boundaries and keep pushing them until you reach what you want. This can be done by constantly talking to your inner self and presenting new ideas to yourself. If you make this a habit, you'll notice a shift in your thinking. For example, I like to have a talk with God. During these talks, I confront my doubts and clarify my thoughts until I reach a point of clarity.